Hi guys, Austin Lee's Bees Apiary, and today we're going to make a split. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my feeder off. These girls went through a gallon of sugar. In about a week. Gallon of sugar in a week. There. That's good. A little smoke to get them back down. So I ordered some queens, and they finally came in. That was a bit of a battle. Got my son over the shoulder so I can look into cells and see what's going on. This is already a nuke that you may or may not see some footage of. I kind of changed my tactics halfway through. So now we're going to do it again. The goal here is get at least one split. I got a box here with some foundation that's open with some reserves, some bee bread, some honey. Same with this one. Some open cells, some bee bread, some honey. So they got some resources to use. So I want to pull 3 frames from this hive, if I can. There we go. Don't want my smoker dying on me. I'm gonna pull three frames of brood and bees from this hive if possible, without hopefully shaking the queen. Now the last hive we found the queen, so we made sure she didn't get in. So hopefully we'll have the luck this time. Actually, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to swap these boxes. She might be up in here, probably down in here. I'm sure this up here is full of brood and pollen and honey reserves so far. She's probably going to be laying down in this box, but I'm going to switch them because I'm making all my nukes out of deep frames, not mediums. And it gives something the foragers to come back to. If she happens to be in this box, then I don't have to worry about shaking her into my nuke. So that's, a good thing too. So I'm going to skip for right now taking this inner cover off, just because less bees to mess with. Whoop. Light hive, lots of brood. I went into these boxes a couple weeks ago, and it's been really cold and windy ever since. I can see, where's my other tool? I got some stuck frames. Super sticky hive. I think this, if I recall, this is a Carnolian hive, and they got things glued in pretty well. There we go. Okay. My smoker back again. Maybe. Okay. I'm just going to lift this whole thing up at all the bees. Lots and lots of bees. So real quick, I'm just gonna kind of scan and see if I do see a queen cup right here. A couple of them. They are both empty. Yep, both empty. We got a queen cup here, that one's empty. Got a queen cup here, that one's dry as well. I don't see any more. So they're already thinking they're out of room, so it's a good time to split. So I'm just gonna set them down there for right now. And I'm gonna pull brood from this. And see if we can find enough brood to make at least one split. Yep, my smoker's out. Running out of fuel. There we are. This outside frame is empty. And we got some bee bread over on this side. No larvae, some nectar, no eggs, no larvae. So we got an empty comb right here. So I'm just gonna set this guy down. I built my stand so I could set a couple frames right there. We're just gonna slowly go through. We got another pretty empty frame, some bee bread, some nectar, some more bee bread, no eggs, nectar and bee bread. I'm gonna put that guy down here too. Pretty calm bees. I see some waggle dances going on, so they're finding some good nourishment places. Okay. Nothing in here. Bee bread, whole ton of bee bread. No eggs. That back. This colony might not be laying in this bottom box yet. I should be entering, if they do have brood, I should be entering it in this frame and the next frame. All right. Bee bread. More bee bread. I got some drone brood. No. Oh, yep, more drone brood. No worker brood, no eggs. Oh, here we go. Nice start to a brood nest anyways. We have eggs all the way to the bottom, moving into young larvae, and then capped brood. That's what I'd like to see. What about this side? And just about the same. Some Michelin men, in other words larvae that look like the white fluffy Michelin man. Bee bread. younger larvae, eggs along the bottom, so we're getting somewhere. She might very well be on this frame, but I do not see her. So we're gonna keep going. Let's see what the next frame provides. I'm trying to keep the frames separate, so if I do find her, I know what frames I've gone through and what bees I can shake. Yep, more gorgeous brood. She might be up top. More larvae, more eggs. This is a full frame of everything. Beautiful. And just trying to, looking for queen cells at the same time, kind of looking at everything. You kind of have to look at everything. That would be, these last couple frames would be great ones for the nuke. So again, trying to go really slow. Come on, ladies, out of my way. Out of my way. More beautiful brood. More beautiful brood. I'm thinking, and this should have been a marked queen. She should have a white dot on her, which would make her fairly easy to see, you would think. But queens are tricky. Let's keep going. And if she's not down here, then I might shake them. Whole bunch of bee bread, and brood, capped brood I should say. What about this side? Drones, lots of drones. This is swarm season. I put some swarm traps up the other day to make sure I have some chances of catching freebies. Now they might be my own bees if my bees swarm, or they could be freebies from someone else. See nothing there. Wonder if she's laying this way. I wonder, this nest, this hive is always kind of laid to the east side of the box. If I remember from last year correctly, I need to go back in my notes. And so she might be over, ooh, wasn't nice, that had stirred them up a little bit. She might be over here. Holy sheet of bee bread. So bee bread, what is it? It's pollen, it's a little bit of nectar or honey, some water, and they use it to feed their young. I am not seeing her. I am not seeing her at all. Drones. She's not going to be on a whole bunch of bee bread. What about very last frame on this side? More bee bread. So we had some really cold days, really rainy weather. The trees started opening up, maples and the like. I got dry cells with no eggs over here. I don't think she's down here. I don't think she's down here. So, take one more look. I think I'm actually going to take this frame right to the... I might swap one of these out. I'm gonna swap this one out. Yep. And I'm gonna put this one in here because it's got a whole bunch of bee bread they can use. All right, and we're just gonna work our way backwards now. Just double check that we don't see her. But the frame she did lay in, she laid full up. So I'm thinking she went back upstairs to the other box. This box is getting louder, and the medium box is dead silent. I'm betting she's in the medium box. I'm betting she's in the medium box, like I said she would be. Now there is some worker brood in here with a bunch of bee bread, not a ton. I don't think I'm going to use this. Drones. I have bought queens, so they should, as soon as they release her, it'll take them a couple days to release the queens from their cages. And then they'll start laying almost immediately. I like this frame. I do. It's got a little bit of everything. I'm just going to double check. There's no queen on it. I don't see a queen. There's going to be nurse bees on here, taking care of all these eggs and larvae. Those are the kind of bees I want. I'm going to take it. And again, I can listen to my nuke. If I accidentally get her in the nuke will go quiet. If she's not in there, like my first nuke I made, they'll start buzzing. Now that's not always a guarantee, but it is something that so far I've learned to work with. Lots of capped brood on this one. She wouldn't be on this frame because there's eggs all the way down to the last cell already, and the rest of it is capped and larvae. So there'd be no reason for her to be on here. But we're going to take another look. Still don't see. All right, you can see all the capped brood in there, both sides. I don't see the queen. I'm taking it. This one's starting to hum, and this one's humming. Again, eggs right down to the very bottom cell. I don't think she'd be on here, but we're gonna look. Just in case. You never know. No, I don't see her. I don't see her going in. All right, that's my frames. I have one of resources and foundation. I have another with resources and brood, and then I have 3 brood. That's a wraps on that nuke. Now I am going to shake some more bees in there. We'll probably take this guy. Okay. Foragers will take flight. All these ones you see flying, those are foragers. And they would, if I don't move this nuke far enough away, they'll fly back to the main colony anyways. There's some more. I think there was brood on this one. Yeah. Okay. And now I'm going to grab some frames. These are just foundations. Some of them have resources in them. Some of them are old hatch out brood with resources. They'll move things around. That back in there. Actually, there's no inside there. There we go. And we will very carefully close this up. Come on, ladies. Just like that. I have my entrance on ventilation, so they're good to go. So now see if we got any smoke residue left. There we are. They're telling me they're done with me, so I'm buttoning it up.